From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Beautiful but hot weather across mid-Michigan today. Humidity's been on the rise and still a little wildfire smoke in the air, but dry weather with showers and storms to our north and off to our south. Temperature-wise, in the 70s and 80s across the UP, mid-80s across mid-Michigan with 86 the current temperature from Lansing through Mount Pleasant, south of Jackson at 84, 88 currently in Adrian. Things look quiet for tonight, but things will begin to change over the next 24 hours with a storm system on the way, which will increase our chances for showers and storms. Temperatures during the overnight hours a little warmer than last night. Will bottom out in the mid to the upper 60s by early tomorrow morning. We've got another shot at upper 80s for tomorrow. Then things cool off in a big way. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
Disasters can strike at any time, and today Michigan State Police held a tour of facilities they say are pivotal in disaster response. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. State police say these facilities help Michiganders reeling from natural disasters like the ones impacting the Northeast and Texas, and are used to help keep election nights safe.
The facilities include the Michigan Intelligence Operations Center and a separate $17 million state emergency operations center.
Our Zach Preece toured the facilities and joins us live in the studio. So what did you see, Zach?
Jorma, Siobhan, I saw lots of big screens and plenty of computers. And MSP says that the facility can be used to coordinate responses to anything from terroristic threats to natural disasters like the ones we've recently seen in Texas and New Jersey. They even used it for a weather emergency as recently as this March. Now, they say that the State Emergency Operations Center, or SEOC, was used during last year's elections to ensure the safety of elected officials. The director of MSP, Colonel James Grady, credits the SEOC with a safe election night. And the facility was completed in 2016 and has seats for the governor, the prosecuting attorney, and other officials who troopers may consult with in case of an emergency. Now, the centers were also used in Michigan's response to the murders of lawmakers in Minnesota and during this year's ice storms in northern Michigan. Colonel Grady says their logistics team was actually able to route potentially life-saving oxygen tanks to impacted communities.
In this more recent one, you would never think you would need oxygen tanks, but you might have an aging population in that part of the area, so they need those type of resources. That's why we stand up the SEOC for those reasons. The locals may not have that readily available.
Now, MSP says that 20 or so state departments have a seat in the room, allowing them to all provide their specific area of expertise during emergencies. That's in addition to the Red Cross and the National Weather Service, who also have seats in the room. And in light of the deadly flooding in Texas recently, there have been concerns about a lack of resources or communication with the National Weather Service, but MSP leadership assures us that as of now, there has been no change in their relationship with the NWS, despite recent federal cuts. Back to you.
All right, Zach, thank you. Our 6 News Investigates series into what former Michigan State Police Trooper Megan Morick calls the Big Boys Club continues.
Today, we look at the investigations the state's top law enforcement agency undertook when Morick complained about gender and sex discrimination, as well as sexual harassment. Our reporting finds those complaints were closed as unfounded, with key evidence being ignored, including those of a sergeant admitting he made a decision to send 3 male troopers into a domestic violence scene while forcing Morick, the only female at the scene, on the perimeter.
6 News Investigates will share the hundreds of pages of internal MSP reports, emails, legal documents, audio recordings, interviews, and videos through the series. The team has been investigating this case for 10 months.
We spoke with MSP Director Colonel James Brady about our reporting. You can hear what he had to say tonight on 6 News at 11.
We'll here for you this evening with the latest on a couple of shootings that injured an 18-year-old from Charlotte and a 5-year-old from Lansing.
We begin in Charlotte, where an 18-year-old man was injured after a shooting at a house party.
Michigan State Police say it happened on Sunday at a home on the 3100 block of West Vermontville Highway. Around 70 to 100 people were at the gathering, and police say many of them were not invited and underage. During the party, a fight broke out between two people, and while the two of them were on the ground, police say another person at the party walked up to them, pulled out a handgun, shot one of them, and ran away with the other person. The victim was taken to a hospital. We're working to find out how serious his injuries are, but we do know he's stable. Investigators have identified a person of interest and are asking anyone with information on this shooting to call the MSP Lansing Post.
Meanwhile, a 5-year-old boy is still recovering in a hospital after a gun went off inside a Lansing home. It happened on the 800 block of Vincent Court around 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. Investigators believe the gun went off unintentionally. So far, no arrests have been made.
State Attorney General Dana Nessel continues to spar with the Trump administration about policies she believes will harm Michiganders.
Now she's taking on ICE. Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic spoke with her on this latest effort and what she hopes to accomplish.
Michigan's Democratic State Attorney General Dana Nessel has joined with other Democratic AGs around the country to sue the president at almost every turn. Now she has fired off a letter to the Congress to slap more restrictions on the conduct of ICE agents across the country who are busy corralling would-be illegal residents in the United States. Ms. Nessel believes that ICE agents need more restrictions on their behavior.
They are executing warrants, or they're arresting people right on the street, or they're going into public and private areas, and they have no identifying information on them. They don't have any identifying insignia. This is not the way that law enforcement has ever operated in the past.
In the first 100 days of the Trump administration, ICE has detained some 65,000 alleged illegal residents, including more than 2,200 would-be gang members. Congress is paying for only 41,000 beds. The state attorney general believes that illegal citizens are at risk in Michigan.
It's inherently dangerous to the public. It's inherently un-American. It's not what we've come to expect from law enforcement in this country. We see that due process is not being afforded to people before they're whisked away and put into oftentimes an unmarked vehicle and driven away. We believe it creates a climate of distrust between the public and law enforcement.
But with the pro-Trump Republicans controlling the U.S. House and Senate, the Democratic Attorney General may be on a mission that is doomed to fail. In Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.
In less than 30 minutes, U.S. Senator Elissa Slotkin from Michigan will hold a tele-town hall on President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill.
The president signed the more than 900-page legislative package into law on the 4th of July that extends his 2017 tax cuts and increased spending for border security and defense.
However, it has received pushback, especially from Democrats like Senator Slotkin, who argue it will make steep cuts to safety net programs, including SNAP, the Food Assistance Program, and Medicaid. Her town hall will be live streamed through Facebook at 6:30 this evening, and we'll tell you what she has to say tonight on 6 News at 11.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Still some wildfire smoke out there for us today, but otherwise not a bad afternoon. Humidity's not too bad yet. That'll change a little bit later tonight. Great day for shots like this. Our picks on 6 pick of the day from Rick. Didn't get her last name there, but that's okay, Rick. Grand Ledge showing a unique take on a sunset with one of our beautiful barns that's out there. And you've got the sunset and the reflection of the glass there. Absolutely gorgeous. We'd love to see more weather pictures, and you can upload yours at WLNS.com/share, and it might show up on 6 News at 6. Here's a check at the satellite and radar today. Lots of showers and storms to our north, but nothing really happening here. For now, that's going to change. Tomorrow, we've got a level 1 risk of severe storms, level 2 to our west. I think for us, it's just the pop-up showers and storms that could produce some gusty winds tomorrow afternoon. Nothing terribly organized, and when you get severe storms like that, they only stay severe for a very short amount of time. Precision cast through tonight into tomorrow morning. Quiet weather at 7 o'clock. Through the afternoon as we heat things up, We'll have some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Those, again, they form very quickly, can dump some heavy rain, gusty winds, and they dissipate just as quickly. There's also a chance along this front that another line may form. If that does happen, there might be a better chance of some gusty winds late tomorrow evening, but that doesn't look terribly likely. The cold front will clear the area. Humidity will start to drop. It'll be kind of gloomy out there for Thursday morning through the early afternoon. Then hopefully the clouds begin to break up and let us finish the day with a little bit of sunshine. As far as the muggy weather is concerned, that's building in as we speak. It'll stay fairly high until Thursday. Then it begins to drop with that front moving through. Ramps back up a bit over the weekend, but nothing too terribly humid, or it doesn't even stick around all that long, but you certainly will notice it. Temperatures out this afternoon range from 87 in St. John's to 84 in Jackson. Hot spot is Adrian, currently sitting at 88 degrees. On the Skyview network, you can still see a little haze from the smoke in the air. Temperatures at 87, today's high up to 88 degrees. In Grand Ledge, same thing, still a lot of haze in the air. Temperature made it up to 90 for a high. Current temperature back down to 89 degrees, while in Jackson, warm but plenty of sunshine, 84 the current temp. This morning's low, not too bad, back down to 59 degrees. Finally in Hillsdale, our current temperature holding at 88, and that is the high for the day after a low near 61. For tonight, low temperature 69 degrees on average. Couple spots could be cooler than that, like Jackson. Mostly clear skies tonight. Then for tomorrow, temperatures are back in the mid to the upper 80s with a chance for showers and storms going up tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. The 6-day forecast on Thursday, decreasing cloud, highs near 80, upper 70s. Beautiful on Friday. The weekend, maybe a storm or two, especially on Sunday, but otherwise pleasant, highs in the lower 80s. Most of next week, highs between 85 and 90. Got a couple storm chances next Wednesday, maybe into early Thursday morning.
But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the lower temps.
Did you see what she's
It's a whole new Siobhan coming out.
I just saw that. Ben's getting the grill ready. We're going to have a nice cookout.
The honey-do list of the check marks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.